Well, it's really exciting to welcome you all to the GRIF Deal Den. This session is all about bringing new concepts and marrying them with investors. Our Dragon investors are four very well-respected and experienced investors in the market who have invested, so they are real and live, and I do believe they've got some money to spend, so that's exciting. We have with us today, we've got, and please welcome to the stage, we've got Paul Campbell from Hill Capital Partners. Come on up. And we have Sami Daud from the Daud Group. We have Laurent Plantier from FrenchFood Capital and Martin Sherwood from Enterprise Investment Partners. So our dragons are going to listen to these wonderful pitches and they're going to share with us their knowledge and advice in terms of both the pitch quality and also the business plan that we'll be presented with. So thank you very much for all your knowledge. We've got Karim, Kerry from Caribbean Shack. Welcome to the stage.
Hey guys, we're here today to introduce to you the Caribbean Shack. What we have back home is the same, one Caribbean voice. This really does sum up what the Caribbean Shack is all about.
Hi everyone, my name is Tanya.
And I'm Karim.
Both from Trinidad and Tobago, both Caribbean born.
So sorry. Perfect.
Both from Trinidad and Tobago, both Caribbean born. Both excited to showcase what we have to offer here at the Caribbean Shack Restaurant and Lounge, which is the passion, the love, the food, the cultures, and the warmth of the people and the islands of the Caribbean. We want to bring that slice of paradise that we have into the Caribbean and bring it to you in the crowds, bring it to Dubai, and showcase that and passion and love that we have to the rest of the world.
So what is the Caribbean Shack? Now the Caribbean Shack is simply a restaurant that is designed to showcase the Caribbean cuisine, not just specific islands, but as a regional cuisine. And that is exactly what the Caribbean is all about. We've got so much blood, so much influence that brought us all together as one Caribbean family. And that is the Caribbean Shack.
Now the Caribbean, I'll give you a little bit of history as to what the Caribbean is about. History of the Caribbean comes from a lot of different colonies that used to rule many years ago. And what that did and made unique about the Caribbean is the melting pot of different flavors that we have to offer today in the Caribbean. Now, you think you may not be familiar with these cuisines, but you're more familiar than you actually think. Think about the indentureship that came from Far East, where we are right now in Dubai, also Arab nations, East Indian, African descent, Chinese, Dutch, Spanish, Portuguese, even British. All of these cultures and cuisines came to the Caribbean many years ago to create a blend of flavors that's so rich and dynamic. It will be like a calypso of different flavors dancing in your mouth, tingling and tangling your taste buds. What we at the Caribbean Shack want to offer to our customers who are unfamiliar with these types of palates is to connect them with the food and the culture that we have to offer at the Caribbean Shack. And I truly believe that once you connected your guests to the food and the culture that you have back from where you come from, that's when you get greater consumer demand. It may not happen day one or day two in Dubai, but gradually you'll reach that point where you have gained your customer demand and they will come back to the Caribbean Shack time and time again.
So how are we gonna do this? Well, we've created this restaurant concept to showcase the Caribbean cuisine. And when we say that, we're gonna bring all that culture, all that experience, that laid-back lifestyle to Dubai. And then we're gonna expand it. So what we plan to do, we've created this flagship menu, what we're gonna develop on. And with this menu, it has all the history, all that mama's cooking from what we've grew up on. And we've shared this with the experience of Dubai. Now, we've taken that one step further where we've experienced that kitchen experience we bring tableside. So what we plan to do is have dishes that is going to be finished in front of the guests tableside, also dishes that is going to be plated in front of you. Now, what that does is eliminate that element of asking the question, what is Caribbean cuisine? This acts as a way that we can not only educate the population, but have that one-on-one experience. Now, it is a carnival experience. And the word carnival is really part of our heritage. It's who we are. We're islands of people that love to showcase and just have a good time. And that is the Caribbean Shack.
Now, I know that we're just a startup company, we're just a startup restaurant, something new, not a corporate franchise like many of the rest of the concepts are. But what we have to offer is a vision. What we have to offer is a very strong concept. And I'm sure most of you guys have started from somewhere, as we are today. And what we're bringing to the Caribbean, to Dubai, is not just any Caribbean restaurant. We come here to dominate. We are here to be disruptive.
So, bust a lime at the Caribbean Shack.
Bust a lime.
Thank you.
Well done. So, Laurent, is that something that you'd be interested in investing in?
I want to understand a little bit better about some metrics about how many cover do you envision in your restaurant? What are the price point, and what would be maybe the investment you envision?
So the investment, I'll speak about the investment first. The plan is to open the signature restaurant here in Dubai, and we're looking at just around 5 million dirhams, which is about 1.3 to 1.5 US. And what that gives us is that establishment to get that physical restaurant and work in it where we can take it internationally. Now, the other one that you said, how much covers? We have a design layout where we have 120 tables and 30 extra for the lounge area. In the Caribbean, you actually have a lounge and you go to someone's home and they experience it. So we actually bringing that here to Dubai. I think that answers your question.
And the price point?
Price point. Now, it isn't fine dining, but the experience that you get, the dishes, is quality of fine dining. So what we've established with our drinks, that's around 120 dirhams to 150. With drinks and the experience, it's about 150, just about 180 dirhams. So that's the price point.
Paul?
There's a business in the UK called Turtle Bay. Have you looked at it?
Yeah. We've heard of it, yeah.
It's been very, very successful, and it's a Caribbean-inspired concept.
It is,
so,
yeah.
I've seen that happen in the UK, so you may well be onto something. I'm just interested in your backgrounds then, before you came up with this idea. What did you do?
Perfect. Well, this is a love affair, and I am a chef. I am the chef in charge of the Caribbean Shack, and this is Tanya, who is in front of front house. So I've started my career here in Dubai at JW Marriott Marquis. From there, I've worked around the world. I've worked in different kitchens, and from the last restaurant I've done as a consultant, helping set up, was Las Castañas, which is a restaurant in Barcelona. Lovely tapas. And we've really did something special there. Anything else?
Sami?
Are you targeting malls or outside of malls, alcohol, no alcohol?
To be honest with you, we've
Can't
done...
have alcohol. Can't not have alcohol in the Caribbean. No.
Sorry?
You can't go to the Caribbean and not have alcohol.
So
can
no
you?
malls.
So
No malls.
specifically, it would be best if we can have something that's in agreement with a hotel, because that's the only way that you can basically have an alcohol license in Dubai. So that's the main target point that we're looking at.
Okay. Exactly.
And that's a big part of the Turtle Bay.
It is
vibe in the UK.
part of, it's creating an establishment where you get a full-on experience of the Caribbean. Now, for us, when we moved here and traveled the world, we see ourselves in the way that, in every country. We've got a rich history: Spanish, Dutch, French, Arabs, and that menu is so special to us because what I did for the past year and a half, I've traveled, eat like locals, been to kitchens, and recreated what I've have in my heritage. And this menu is really special.
Excellent. And Martin?
No questions.
No questions?
No questions.
Okay. Is that because it's not something that interests you, or?
I don't really know the local market here well enough, but I think it's a very competitive restaurant scene, so I think you need to make it really work here before you expanded it?
Definitely.
I
What
think
we-
just kind of hearing what you guys have been saying, I think the type of location this could work at would in fact not be in a hotel, but would be in places like Medina Jumeirah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Where you've got that crowd going in.
Exactly,
They
yeah.
they don't want to be spending $100 a head. They want to be spending kind of your price point.
Yeah.
Booze, it kind of works very well.
What we did is when we did the expansive research, we've looked at 3 areas. We've looked at downtown because of the foot traffic you've just said, as well as Madinat and the marina. And what surprises us is that when we sent out that questionnaire, they were really excited to have this flair in Dubai. And the menu as well, it draws so much attention that they were interested to come into the restaurant.
And we do have competitors in Dubai. It's not specifically what we are creating unique towards where we want to create a blend of different cuisines from the entire regions of the Caribbean. The 2 Jamaican restaurants, and they're very popular here in terms of the concepts that they've created. I wouldn't say they've created authentic food, but that's just from the perspective of us being from the Caribbean.
Yeah.
But what we create or tend to create is authenticity plus concept as well. So it does work well with the market in Dubai, to answer your question.
There's one in downtown, right?
It is, yes.
That's correct.
That's a Jamaican.
Yes.
It is Jamaican.
And does that do well?
It does. To be honest with you, any time of the week that you go there,
It's back.
it's packed.
Okay.
Now, that's solely up to the concept. But what falls short, and a lot of people talk about it, is the authenticity of the food. It isn't Jamaican. Now, we don't say that just because we are from the Caribbean, but we say that because there's a number of people that we met in this room alone that say, listen, it has a lot to be worked for. And we use that as a standpoint where we did our research based on and what we developed and how to correct that as well.
Excellent. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Lovely presentation.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.